Hello friends, I'm so excited to take you along as we travel to Seaside, Florida. We stay in the Santa Rosa area. After a long 12-hour drive, we arrived at our home. We were able to check in after 4 p.m. We booked this home on VRBO, and it has 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, and it was very comfortable. I'm sharing a few of the rooms just so you guys can see, but it was very clean, like the cleanest it could have been, which I appreciated so much. So we checked out all the rooms, picked out where we were staying, and then we started unpacking. And I also ordered groceries, so we were able to just hang out while the groceries got delivered. We also ordered pizza this night, and we are staying at Watersound West. It's a nice gated community, which I will share about more at the end of this video, so be sure to stick around to the end. So I'll share all of the information and where we like to eat, things we like to do, and all of that. After we got settled, we went down to the beach, and the ocean breeze and the salt water, it was just so wonderful. We had a beautiful sunset that night. The next morning, we headed to the Beachy Bean for some coffee and muffins, and it was so good. We made several different trips to the Beachy Bean. Sometimes we would grab smoothies. They also have acai bowls and chocolate croissants, which we love.
Well, you just fall in and out of love.
We spent as many days as we could at the beach. We would go down in the morning and then usually come back in the afternoons and let the girls take their naps. There was only one afternoon where it rained, so I feel like we were pretty lucky in that area. We had really nice weather, but the kids loved the rain as well. One morning we decided to head over to Alley's Beach and try out a new restaurant to us that is called Fawnville Press, and it is this beautiful cafe that has coffee and pastries and baked goods, and it was very busy the day that we went. I got a ham and Swiss croissant with a vanilla iced latte, and it was delicious. After breakfast, we walked around Alley's. It is a beautiful area. It looks like something from a different country. All of the homes are closely knit together, and they have beautiful pools and fountains all throughout. And we stumbled upon this little playground behind Raw and Juicy a few years ago, and just love it. It's a really unique little playground, and the kids have fun climbing all around. We also, on a different morning, got turbo coffee, and I'll be talking more about that in a bit. We also walked around Rosemary. We found this beautiful fountain. We always like to throw a few coins in. They had live music, and it was just a really beautiful, fun night. Rosemary has beautiful trees that line the road. There's also lots of cute boutiques and shops, so highly recommend checking that out. Now I'm going to take you along one day as we head to the beach. Here is our walk. Watersound West is where we stayed, and it's a beautiful gated community with homes that all lead to the beach. There's a boardwalk, so that is really nice, and it's very quiet. There are beautiful white picket fences and flowers. Some of the houses have little pools, and it's just a really nice, quaint area. There is a community pool, as you can see here, and it has a grill area and a fireplace, and this is usually the place we will run under if it's raining really hard. But you can see these boardwalks, they loop around to every house in the community, so it's really handy. And here is the pool. It's never very busy, even when we come in June, and it's also cooled, so the water never gets too hot. Last year, the house that we stayed at had an umbrella stroller that I used to push Breland to the beach. So this year I ordered 2 of them to bring for each of the girls, and it made the walk there so much nicer. We were able to just push them and enjoy the scenery. There is a lake that you walk over to get to the beach, and it is stunning. It is quite a bit of a haul, but we don't mind the exercise, especially with this view at the end and just having the privacy of the private beach. There is a beautiful lake that connects to the ocean, just about. Sometimes it is connected, but this year it never did. And it's great for hunting crabs, and there are lots of fish in it. So my 8-year-old little boy loves this little lake area. Braylee is one, and she loved the sand. It did not bother her one bit. She would have just walked right in if she could have. So that was good that she liked it. And then our 2-year-old, Breland, she loved it as well, and she tried to keep up with her brother Brooks. We bought this large net for Brooks at Publix so he could catch little minnows and hermit crabs. And I also picked up this little blow-up pool for Braylee while we were down there at TJ Maxx. That was a lifesaver. She loved playing in here under the tent with all of her toys. The next day, we came out to the clearest water I have ever seen. The next day, not so much. You really just never know what the day will hold and how the water will be. We were still able to get in and thoroughly enjoy the salt water. We also enjoyed the pool every day in the afternoons as well. One evening we went to the Seaside Square and ate at the Great Southern Cafe. We ate outside this time and it was delicious. Our kids also love going to the Ducky's toy store. It's always a tradition. They get to pick something out and that's their souvenir from the trip. We also one night took family pictures out on the beach, and it was a lovely vacation. All right, we are back home from our vacation. We've been home for right at a week now, and I started editing this video, and I decided to just sit down and kind of talk to you guys about some of the things like in between those clips that we did, places we ate, where we like to stay, and things that I packed that I felt like were really helpful. So let's start with food, because that's like the most fun part of vacation. I have such a fun time trying out new restaurants, going to restaurants that we have loved for years. So I'll kind of walk you through where we ate at this time. For breakfast, coffee, an afternoon pick-me-up, ice cream, dinners, all the things. So I first wanted to mention that we bring a lot of our own food with us. We will go to Sam's, stocked up on bottles of water. We also got a lot of body armor. We love to drink that at the beach. And we also picked up like cases of Olippops and Poppies and any other like fun drinks that we could buy ahead of time, because it is so much cheaper to buy it here at Sam's than it is down there at Publix or whatever grocery stores they have. A lot of snacks, any like special snack foods that we wanted for the beach. And then once we get down there, we like to get settled into our house like I shared, and I did a grocery delivery order through Publix. I love doing this. It is so much better than having to go and fight the crowds and lines at Publix. So we all just put in one big order and they brought it to our house literally a few hours later, which was amazing. And at the time that I placed the order, they had a $15 off coupon off of, I think it was a $100 order, which we spent well over that between, I think there was 9 of us, and it covered the cost for the delivery service. So it worked out great. I've got a list here of all the places that we ate and things we did. So the first night we always like to get pizza. So we ordered pizza from Bruno's, and that is in Watersound. It is really close to us. So we stayed at Watersound West. This is the 3rd house that we've stayed at there. We've stayed at all different houses every time, but they are beautiful. It's a gated private community. We feel really safe there. They have their own community pool, and they also have their own boardwalk down to the beach, and it's a private beach, which is so nice. And it's right up against a state park, so it is like no man's land. There is hardly anybody there, maybe 10 families there. When we were down there, it was incredible. There was nobody on top of you at the beach. It was like you had the beach to yourself, and there was that little lake area next to it. We really love the Watersound West area. But I will say, once our kids get a little bit older and they want like more pools and slides and like a lazy river and stuff, we might try to stay at the other Watersound, like the Watersound main area, because they too have their own private beach and own their own boardwalk down to the beach and pools, and there's like a lot more things to do there. I know there's some restaurants and a golf course and things, so when they get a little bit older and we'll enjoy that, we will stay there. But for now, Watersound West is just so calm and quiet. There's like a little putting green, a little area where the kids can run around. There's a little lake. You can walk around the whole thing, and it's just really, really nice for this season for us. So we ordered pizza from Bruno's the first night and just got settled and unpacked. Bruno's also has $3 a slice pizza for, I think, any time of the day. It's really nice for lunch if you just want to go grab something. Okay, our first meal that we ate while we were down there, restaurant-wise, was Old Florida Fish House. I recommend getting a reservation because the wait will be like 2.5 hours. It is crazy. Doesn't matter if you have 2 people or 15. You can accommodate large parties, and they took us back to this like white tent area outside. They had lots of fans going. It was so beautiful. It's right next to a lake, and I just love the vibe at Old Florida. There's a million string lights. It is so pretty. There's usually live music playing. It's one of our favorites, and I think we've been there every single time we've ever went down to 38. I love getting their crab cakes specifically, but they didn't have them on the menu this time. So I got the grouper dish, and it had mashed potatoes with it and carrots. It was delicious. We also did cook in 3 different nights. Those nights we grilled steaks, we grilled cheeseburgers, we also had a pasta night. We were there for 9 days. We did try to break it up and cook inside some too. Taylor and I had our 9-year wedding anniversary while we were down there, so we got to have a little date night. Mom and dad and my brother and sister-in-law watched the kids for us so we could go out to our favorite restaurant in that entire area, and it is George's at Alley's Beach. I think that's how you say it. I've heard it called Alley's, Elise, however you want to say it, but it's beautiful there, and we love George's. It's so good. It has a back porch feel, and it is like elevated seafood. I say seafood, they have a little bit of everything. We always get their lobster quesadillas as an appetizer, and they are always like 10 out of 10. They have this like mango salsa on top. They are delicious, so good. And then for dinner, we always switch it up. Usually Taylor will get whatever the seafood special is, and he loves it. It's always his favorite meal of the trip. This time I got a pork chop that had a peach glaze, and it was over this sweet potato hash mix. Oh, it was so good, and a lot of food. It was delicious. So George's is a really good date night spot, but they also have tables that are big enough to suit like large parties. I also wanted to mention, if you're just looking for like good fried seafood, there is a little spot in Rosemary Beach that we've tried a few times. It's really good. I think it's called Reel'em or Reel'em In, and they usually have live music playing there at night. They have picnic tables out. It's more of a casual vibe. Really good food though. Really, really good. The fries are good, and they make everything fresh right there. There's also some really cute little boutiques. There'll be like pop-up boutiques right there as well, and then they have an ice cream and cupcake shop. I think there's also like a candy store there and a few other like beach stores. Also ate at the Seaside food trucks one night. We love going there. There's like an amphitheater area where the kids can run around. There's also a boardwalk out to the beach. So we love Seaside area. It's so much fun. You do have to pay for parking there, but usually you can find parking pretty easy. It's just a really fun, like family friendly atmosphere. It's really laid back. There's lots of good food trucks. We've tried the hot dog one. We've tried the grilled cheese one. My sister-in-law got an acai bowl from one of them that looked really good. My favorite is pickles. They have the best cheeseburgers. Truffle fries, sweet potato fries. My dad got fried pickles. Oh, they were 10 out of 10. They had a homemade ranch dressing with them. They were so good. They have all kinds of different cheeseburger combinations. I've had several of them over the years and they've all been so good. So if you are craving a cheeseburger, highly recommend pickles. Also in the Seaside area is Bud and Alley's. We like the pizza place better than the restaurant. Probably just depends on what dish you get, but the last couple times we haven't been that impressed. But we love the pizza. If you like a thin crust, like really crispy pizza, Bud and Alley's is the way to go. Also in the Seaside Square area is Great Southern Cafe. We ate there one night. I showed clips of this, and we got crab cakes and fried green tomatoes as an appetizer, and it was so good. I also got fried shrimp there and just fries. I was just feeling like a classic Florida meal, and it was really good. So we're in Seaside. I'll just share a few other places we love. It's Heavenly ice cream. They make their own ice cream and gelato, and it is delicious. Taylor got a chocolate chip cookie ice cream sandwich and loved it. He loved it so much he went back and got another one. And then for coffee, Black Bear is delicious. Probably one of my favorite coffee places down there. Also have baked goods. They have chocolate croissants that are delicious. One place that I always like to hit up at least once. Okay, if we're going on to Grayton, which is on like the opposite side of 38, we always try to eat at Redfish Taco. It's a really good Mexican place. It's laid back. They have really good brisket quesadillas and Mexican street corn. And then across the street from that, they have Blue Mountain Creamery, which has their own homemade ice cream. It's a very like laid back feel. It's really good. If you're in that area, stop and get their ice cream. It's delicious. There also is the Cowgirl Kitchen, and they have like just classic American food, and that's always good as well. In Grayton Beach, there's a place called Hot, and it has the best breakfast menu, I think, down there. It is fantastic. They have breakfast bowls, breakfast sandwiches. Over spring break, we went down there and we went to Hot's a few times and loved it. We got their coffee. Probably my favorite coffee on 38. It's so good. Moving on, we did have breakfast like you saw at Fawnville Press in Alice Beach, and that's a really cute little spot. They have like pink scallop tints and it's all striped. It's very aesthetic, of course, being in that area. A little almost like grocery store on one side, and then they had their restaurant on the other, and it was more of just like a cafe vibe, but they had a full like coffee bar. Our coffee was pretty good there. It wasn't my favorite, but it was good. The ham and Swiss croissant, and that was really good. They also had cakes and macaroons and lots of different like bakery items that looked delicious. In the mornings, we went to the Beachy Bean, which I shared several times, and got coffee from there, and muffins and pastries, all different kinds of stuff, and that is always good. It's definitely a laid back feel. Love the scenery there. Again, it's connected to Old Florida Fish House. They're all like right there, and it's just beautiful. I feel like our kids can just run around there. It's laid back, and we love Beachy Bean. We also found a new coffee shop that was close to us that was called Turbo Coffee, and it was delicious. Hands down, my favorite coffee that I had this trip. I got I think it was called Cinnamon Toast Latte, and it was so good. They also had really good cinnamon rolls. Highly recommend that one. It's in an area that has a Free People and a Naples soap company. They also have a Southern Tide store. It's really cute. So if you're in the area, that's a good like afternoon pick-me-up place, and their hours are great at the coffee shop. They're open early, and I think they're open until like 7 o'clock at night. Also an ice cream place in there too called Pecan Jacks, and and they make their own ice cream as well and chocolates, and it was really good. Okay, the last place that I wanted to mention is in Rosemary Beach, and that is Kailyn's. Kailyn's ice cream is delicious. They make their own as well, and they also have fudge there. So usually after we go to George's on our date night, we'll go over to Rosemary and walk around. We love that area. It is beautiful. And then we'll get some fudge and bring it back for the kids. That's everything that we ate at. Hopefully that helps if you're planning a trip. But now I wanted to quickly rapid fire share some of the things that I'm glad that we packed. So for the beach, like I shared, that tent with the sandbags was amazing. It's from Amazon. I'll link it. A blow up pool if you have little ones. Braylee's 1 and Breland is 2. So they loved that little blow up pool. Braylee did more so than Breland. Breland loved that little lake area, but if the water is too rough to get in the ocean, it's nice to have that little pool. I found that one while we were down there at TJ Maxx. My bog bag is always a lifesaver. Honestly, that's the only time of year I use it, is when we go to the beach. I don't love how it looks, but it is so practical and it's just great. I got the extra large size and I can fit everything in it. We also bring a wagon that is specifically for the beach to carry our cooler in and the bog bag and all the things. Water shoes for Breland, I put those down. I got them on Amazon and they are a lifesaver, because once you hit the sand and have to walk across the hot sand to wherever you're gonna put all your stuff on the beach, it's so hot, and those water shoes, I could just leave them on her and she was able to walk across. It's better than flip-flops. We also picked up a net for Brooks at just the Publix. It's the really big one, and he was able to catch all kinds of fish all week long with it. I did get some umbrella strollers that were cheap off of Amazon that I could use to take the girls to the beach. We had about a 15-minute walk from our house to the beach, and that's most places down on 38. Usually you have a little bit of a walk to the beach. So if you're going in that area, if you don't have a golf cart, or if you just have a longer walk to the beach, umbrella strollers are the way to go, because you don't care about them getting wet and sandy. A Swiffer duster to get all of the sand off of your hands before you eat, especially if you have kiddos. We're always looking for seashells on the beach, and sometimes you can find them, sometimes you can't. So what I've done is I will go to a local souvenir place and get a cheap $5 bag of seashells for the girls. I've done this since Brooks was little, and I will at some point on the trip go and just throw them out on the beach, and then we'll go for a seashell hunt. And they get so excited seeing all of the seashells, especially the little ones. When they're 2, 3, this is the age to do it. Brooks now obviously knows. Okay, for the restaurants, I always would pack a little bag of toys separate from my diaper bag. I would give Breland her own little purse. We made it a whole thing. It was her things that she could play with. And some of the things I put in it was the little sticker pins. They're the same brand as the Water Wow. I think it's Melissa and Doug. That keeps her entertained for a while. Magnet tiles, I threw maybe 5 of them into the bag. She would play around with those. Good old paper and just crayons that I threw into a Ziploc bag. And then I also brought disinfectant wipes to wipe down on all of the tables. Another thing that was really helpful that I'm glad we packed was our double stroller. I'll link the one that we have. If you have multiple little ones, we really like it. And I did order these snack trays to go on them. And when we're walking at Seaside or Rosemary, it's a lot of walking for little ones, so this was really helpful. For the house, we brought a little booster chair for the girls, especially Braylee. That way she had a spot where she could eat, but we didn't have to pack a full high chair since our house didn't have one. And then we also packed our gate. I know it seems like a lot, but just having that peace of mind around stairs and having Braylee who's crawling, she's not even walking yet. So I hope this was helpful if you are planning a trip down there as well, or just getting inspiration gathered for your next beach trip. It is such a fun place. We love 38. Anywhere down there is so much fun. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, friends.